Hello Virgo, welcome to your November 2020 monthly love and romance reading. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Singles, couples, everyone in between, including cross watchers. It doesn't matter if you're with this person or not, if they're on your mind and what was that all about? If they're on your mind and in your heart, then this reading might be for you. So let's go ahead and jump right in and ask Spirit, what's leading the way in Virgo's love life for November 2020? What is leading the way? What's the bigger picture, the higher message? This one wants to come out. Clarity about your direction or what's been going on. What's leading the way? Whoa. That was a lot of cards, so I'm not going to take any of them. What's leading the way in Virgo's love life, please? Thank you. And one more. What's leading the way in Virgo's love life for November 2020? All right, well, two more came out, so I guess that you are going to have 4 this month. Let's go ahead and get your tarot. Let's go ahead and get your tarot. Angels and guides, what is coming in for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, love and romance for November 2020. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent, past, present, future. What's going on with the person that they're thinking about as well? Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. All right. One more shuffle feels about right. There we go. Split the deck. Truth time, Virgo. In the past, the energy between you and your person was the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. The current energy between you is the 7 of Pentacles, and where your person stands right now, Virgo, when it comes to you, is the Lover's card. How they view you at this time is the Knight of Wands. How they feel about you in this situation is the 7 of Cups. How they want to move forward. Ooh, 10 of Swords. Ouch. What's going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of? 7 of Wands. Oh boy, your person might be hurting a little bit. The advice from Spirit about this situation is the Hierophant. And the outcome is the 4 of Cups. Ooh, Virgo. So there was definitely some pain between you and your person. You know, a missed opportunity, an ending, sadness, grief for sure. What do we have on the bottom of the deck? Oh my God. I can't make this stuff up. So, I mean, definitely, there was beautiful energy between you and a lovely new beginning. And the potential for something wonderful, but something happened during your exchange that really threw it off course. And even maybe for some of you even brought in an ending, maybe not, maybe it was just a separation, or you guys are estranged from each other, or you had a falling out and you didn't leave it on a good note and you guys just haven't reconciled since then. But something definitely happened to kind of tarnish this beautiful energy between you, and it has caused a rift, and it's acting as a block or a blockage between you coming together, or really either coming back together or really being together, and in a healthy way. The 5 of Swords here on the bottom of the deck talking about the past on up to the present. So a lot of mental mind fuck, basically, just to be very blunt. The 5 of Swords is definitely mental conflict, internal conflict, mental conflict leading to emotional conflict. This can be conflict between the two of you where there's arguments and you guys aren't seeing eye to eye, or this could just be mental conflict, within self or your person. On the shadow side of this card, it talks about ego and somebody who's very immature and, you know, all about ego and greed and one-upmanship and even manipulation and mental mind games. Maybe for some of you, you were dealing with somebody who wasn't straight up with you and they never followed through, or they were just kind of wishy-washy, or they told you versions of the truth, never really revealed to you who they truly were, maybe because they didn't really know. And maybe they did something, you know, here. There's definitely confusion here that left you with a bad taste in your mouth about this person. So that's entirely possible. This can be mutual energy or, you know, independent, one or both of you. The priestess here, so definitely no communication between you and your person, Virgo. No talkie whatsoever. Now, somebody, you know, was in their intuition. Somebody had a gut feeling, okay, about this person or this situation, where it was right on to begin with. I feel like for some of you, you had, you know, an intuitive hit about this person right when you first met them, or at least in the very beginning, and you decided to give them a chance, give them the benefit of the doubt, let them prove themselves to you, or prove themselves to you in terms of that they are opposite of what your intuitive hunch were, that they're actually a good person and good for you and, you know, whatever, or prove themselves to you that they are exactly what you thought they were. And maybe some of you tried to give them the benefit of the doubt and you got burned, and they really just kind of ultimately, you know, it was all facade. Like they presented something to you that wasn't really them or wasn't really real. They presented to you what they thought that you would want to see or feel or be attracted to, but they really couldn't live up to it, or something along those lines. And, you know, when the House of Cards came falling down, you were like, yep. In your mind, yep, I knew it, right? My intuition was right. It was right about this person from the beginning. So that's entirely possible. Now, the other thing that could be going on here is that your person is in a lot of mental strife within themselves. This can be somebody who is mentally and emotionally and psychologically unstable as well. So whether they have a lot of baggage or narcissism or, you know, addiction issues, or they're just extremely insecure, or they have like a mental illness or something along those lines, they could be kind of dipping into the magic, whatever you want to call that, to try to read you. Whether they're trying to tune into you psychically, telepathically, they're sneaking around, looking around for you, or they're going to psychics, or they're, you know, trying to have dreams or whatever, right? So they could be trying to do that instead of like actually just having a physical experience with you and have a conversation. Okay, so I want you to be careful of that energy. That's definitely the shadow side. Forgive me, guys, I have the window open here. It's a beautiful day. And if you hear the engine of what sounds like a truck out there kind of rumbling idly, it's because the window's open, but they'll go away. It's just traffic going through. Anyways, I want you to be careful on that, the shadow side of that. You know, that's not going to be for all of you, but I definitely just picked up that hit. So it's coming in for someone. So that's entirely possible. And again, there's two different storylines there, okay? Now, what this could mean is that your person is just mentally tortured when it comes to you, and they're trying to use their intuition to figure you out. So it could be something that's rather benign and not on the shadow side, but I always talk about the light and dark, and the you know, the light and the shadow, right? We got the Page of Swords here, so there you go. Spying, stalking, gathering information, keeping an eye on you for sure. For sure, for sure. Magician wanting to manifest a new beginning with you, but they're obviously, you know, hesitant to do it. They're not sure how to go about it. They're probably scared of rejection for a lot of you. They don't know if you'll receive them well or if they even have a chance. Look at that. Lots of conflict. Oh my gosh. You know, and look, I don't really feel like a lot of you are in this energy. I kind of feel like you have the upper hand. There goes that truck. You know, it's just like, I waited to do your reading all day today because the landscapers were here. Today's Thursday, I'm recording this. They usually come on a Wednesday. And so, I'm like, why are they here today? Why weren't they here yesterday? Anyways, you know, moving on, moving up, right? It almost feels like you're at the advantage here. And, you know, just from the placements of the cards, and your person is stuck. They got left behind, okay? And so I feel like, look at that, Five of Wands, Five of Swords. Whoa, talk about mental and emotional and psychological conflict within them. They've been fighting themselves on this situation for a long time, and they have a huge ego. For a lot of you, you're dealing with somebody with a huge ego. Could be so big it's hard to get through the door, and they have to really struggle with their ego in order to be able to come back in your direction. Because in order to come back in your direction, for a lot of you, this person is going to have to eat crow, and they're not used to having to apologize to people or be accountable or take responsibility. You know, they're always kind of this pompous, arrogant, you know, the shadow side of the Knight of Wands. They could be projecting onto you. They see you this way, but they could be projecting onto you their own ego. It's really them that's doing it, right? So, you know, so there's definitely a lot of conflict here. Two of Wands, yeah, at a crossroads, trying to make a decision about something. Maybe this person waited too long. Justice needs to be served here for sure. Three of Swords, look, oh my gosh, Virgo. So there was definitely heartache, you know, in the past between you. The Empress, you know, I feel like, you know, a lot of you leveled up. Now, it could be for cross watchers that Virgo is the one that trespassed against them. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Before we get into this, the bottom of the deck isn't going to resonate for all of you, but just take what does and, you know, leave the rest. What's leading the way in your love life, Virgo? Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And don't take this personally like, oh my God, it's unrequited love. I love them and they're not even attracted to me. This could be opposite. This could be Virgo is not even interested in this person anymore. Or maybe just the love and the attraction just kind of fizzled out, and you know, it was great at first, but it just turned into something like, oh no, this person isn't really what I thought they were. I'm not really feeling this anymore, that kind of thing. Soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. Either the person that you're thinking about in this reading is a soulmate of yours. It doesn't mean that they're a life partner and you're meant to be together. Soulmates can come in for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. This could be a karmic cycle for some of you, and others of you have a new soulmate coming in, so just be aware of that. Retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world. Whether you want to do that with your person of interest, or some of you are just being the hermit and retreating on your own and just taking a breather for a while, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek, so some of you already know who it is. Maybe you've met somebody you know, that you've wondered about, or maybe you've met somebody in passing or even an acquaintance that you probably, you know, you don't even think that they could be somebody, you know, that you have your future with, but really you're destined to be together, that kind of thing. Others of you haven't met the person yet. They're still on their way to you. So, you know, just be aware of that. So in the past, the energy between you and your person is this lovely, magical new beginning. Most likely cross each other's path for a reason, you know, to like I say, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. This could be a karmic cycle. This could be previous incarnations. You guys came back together to try to fix something from a past life, you know, so that you could change that storyline between you and, you know, move forward, right? Especially in the evolution of your souls and future incarnations. So, you know, that Ace of Cups, it's like, it felt divine. It felt, you know, magical. It felt like, oh my God, this person crossed my path. I wasn't even, you know, looking or expecting it or whatever, and then all of a sudden, you know, I meet him and it's like, whoa, what's going on here? So there could be some of that, you know, for some of you. Others of you, this is, you know, mutual thing where, you know, you guys are just drawn to each other like a moth to a flame, and you know, and you wanted to explore this energy. You wanted to explore what this Ace of Cups was all about, and both of you felt that this was a divinely guided connection where probably neither of you were looking when it happened, right? Seven of Pentacles, this is the current energy between you. So it's slow to no go. So for some of you, you are estranged from this person, or you guys are separated, or you had a falling out and you haven't talked in a while or whatever. And it's just, you know, the same as it was, you know, however long ago, right? There's been no real action taken or change. Now, what could be going on is, even if you're estranged from somebody, there is something going on here with growth within each one of you. You're on your own path right now, and you're just slowly growing and evolving within yourself. And if you guys come back together at some point, you'll be different versions of yourself, better versions of yourself, to kind of, fix whatever happened before. You can't fix what you broke in the same energy as when you broke it. You know what I'm saying? So maybe there was some growth and healing that needed to happen here before you guys, really kind of have another go at it. Now, others of you, you're currently coupled with this person, or you're dating. So you're just slowly getting to know them. And that's very good energy to be in, just slowly, planting those seeds or pentacles, if you will, and allowing nature to take its course. The other thing with this is that you're investing in your own future, each one of you respectively. So you could be focused on coin and career and, finances, security, and foundation. Okay. Now, the other thing with this card too is that on the shadow side, this card can be seen as somebody who waited too long and they missed the boat. This is your person, lovers. Ooh, la la, Virgo. So this is their energy when it comes to you. So your person is still definitely very much interested. Even if you guys ended it on a bad note and you've been estranged or whatever, separated or haven't talked in a while, or maybe you broke up, and they're acting like they could care less, and and trying to make it like they're over it, and you never mattered or whatever. Believe you me, that's not the case. So what's going on here for sure is that there's still very much a gravitational pull to you, and just that desire and the fantasy, and they think about you probably more than you realize. And we did see that Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which is absolutely indicating that they are keeping an eye on you for sure. They want to know if you've moved on. They want to know if you're over them. They want to know if you've met someone else. They want to know if they still have a chance. They want to know what you're up to. What's different in your life since you guys haven't been together. How much have you moved on? And is there a place for them still in your life? Can they come back? Will you receive them well? Will you reject them? So for sure, keeping an eye on you in any way that they can, whether they're driving by your house or asking around town about you or watching you on social media or whatever. So there's definitely that energy. Now, I will say on the shadow side of this, what this could mean for some of you is that your person has moved on and is dating somebody new, or they're in a new relationship and they're in that lover's energy. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of sex and romance and rose-colored glasses and, warm, fuzzy feeling everywhere. So that is possible. We will find out in the extended what this means as I open up the storyline, and it will tell us where your person stands in regards to that. This is how they see you, the Knight of Wands. So they see you definitely as moving forward with your life in one way or the other. You're very action oriented. You're just moving forward, making progress, and it's very positive. So that's really good. Now, I will say on the shadow side, this, it has been known to be the player card. Maybe for some of you, your person sees you as somebody who's just keeping your options open right now. Maybe you're single and you're doing what you want to do when you want to do it. And your dating life is nobody's business. Maybe for some of you, you're completely single and you're just focused on career and you're charging forward on that horse to, work really hard on building the life that you want and going after your dreams and things like that. Maybe some of you Virgos are just playing the field right now and having a good time, and you don't really want to commit or settle down at this time. So, maybe for some of you, your person really wanted more of a commitment with you and Virgo just wasn't going there. So that's entirely possible. And then of course on the shadow side, some of you, Virgos, you could just be total player, fuck boy, fuck girl, whatever you want to call it. Somebody that just is so completely detached from themselves and all they do is hop around. They bed hop, right? And it's all about the thrill and the honeymoon phase. But when stuff gets too real, that particular Virgo gets scared and bounces. I would say somebody that immature is probably not watching my channel. They're just too juvenile to handle this type of content. So, it's possible that we've got somebody, 1 or 2 out of 45,000+ subscribers on my channel. But I think for the majority of you, your person just sees you moving forward with your life in every way, right? Mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, physically, financially, projects, business, finance, romance, whatever it is. This is how they feel about you. So this is twofold. They either feel very, very confused about you and by you and about the situation, and they don't know what to do, and maybe that's why they are the Seven of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles. Maybe your person dragged their feet, they took too long, they didn't take any action, they didn't know what to do, they missed the boat. Maybe that's why they are keeping an eye on you, because they feel like, boy, did I mess up, I waited too long, and and Virgo got away from me. Virgo had a right to move on, because Virgo's not going to wait around, like that. What? No. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe this person is finally realizing that, but, so there could be some insecurity with that. They just didn't know, how to fix this. Nonetheless, though, there is confusion. For some of you, your person could be very confused about what really happened between you. And then again, it's going on with all of that conflict. Oh, look what was behind the Justice card. I'm sorry, the Magician card, in between the Magician and the Justice. I don't know how that got the Justice and then the Three of Swords. I missed this card, the Five of Cups. So, I mean, and I was going back through this looking for the, we saw where was it? The five of, where'd it go? The Five of Swords, the Five of Wands. There was all this conflict. I mean, oh, here we go. There we go. Yeah. So anyways, as I was saying, the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands, this was originally on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so your person could be very confused about this situation. Like literally, oh my God, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like it all happened so fast, and they were reactive instead of responsive, and it helped put fuel on the fire or whatever and caused an explosion. And Virgo just said, peace, I'm out. Virgo bounced, because Virgo's not going to be putting up with that bullshit, right? And left this person to figure it out on their own. And this person might be really confused, like, how did that whole thing break down? Because what we had in the beginning, at least, was just this. I mean, it was so magical and otherworldly and beautiful. How does it go from this to absolute shit, in a matter of like a millisecond? And so your person definitely confused. And for sure, we got Five of Cups, Five of Wands, Five of Swords. I mean, sadness, blame, shame, guilt, grief, loss, right? Definitely. I mean, the outcome here, this Five of Cups, the outcome is the Four of Cups. So talk about missing an opportunity with Virgo. I think for a lot of you, this person is beating themselves up, and they have been for a while. And that's where a lot of the mental and psychological torment has come in. This person hasn't been able to communicate with you, either because they're too immature, or they were a coward and they just couldn't bring themselves to, risk rejection. They just weren't, adult enough to say, hey, Virgo, let's have a chat. We need to really discuss what happened and, and fix it. I'm not feeling good about it, because maybe for some of you, again, this person's really immature in their ego and they have a hard time apologizing. Some of you could be just dealing with a straight up toxic individual who's narcissistic and all of that. And so they absolutely refuse to acknowledge their part in things, or they're always passing the buck and projecting onto other people and pointing the finger and blaming everyone else, but yet nonetheless they're still confused. They're still in a state of turmoil mentally and emotionally. And why is that? Most likely because they're bruised, took a huge beating when it came to you and whatever the downfall was between you. For a lot of you, this person met their match. You basically played them at their own game. They're probably used to, getting away with it, so to speak, and how they handle other people, always having the upper hand and always being in control. And Virgo showed them up. And now this person doesn't know what to do about it. So that's the first scenario that I see here. We do have this Nine of Swords with the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck as well. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Talk about the nightmare cards, sleepless nights, anxiety, fear. I mean, this person, they are so in their head when it comes to you. And even those of you that have been separated from this situation for a long time, it could be days, weeks, months, years, they haven't gotten over it. They still think about it. They still dwell about it. They still, they've probably had to pull themselves out of a dark place in order to kind of, pick themselves up and move on and function. But you are the one that got away. And we got the Two of Cups here. Okay, so we got Lovers and Two of Cups. Are you kidding me? with the Ace of Cups. Okay, so definite soulmate energy here, definite the potential of something really beautiful. I feel like for a lot of you Virgos, this person feels like they blew it with a capital B. Blew it from here to kingdom come. And it's like this is them not only for the rest of their life and the rest of their days, but them on a soul level. Like, oh man, I really fucked that up, right? And you know, and it's gonna follow me around and haunt me for lifetimes to come. Believe me, they're gonna come back in contact with you in another incarnation, and they're gonna have to learn this lesson all over again. And Virgo will hand it to them on a silver platter, right? So that I find funny. Anyways, that's very interesting. So that's the first scenario that I see. The second possible scenario with this, how they feel about you, Virgo, is very dreamy. So this can be on the light side, just dreamy and, you know, rose-colored glasses and Neptunian energy and just very much in this twinkly, sexy, seductive, lovey-dovey, you know what I'm saying? Like Cupid's arrow and hearts bubbling up all over the place. I mean, this person is smitten. Absolutely smitten. So that is entirely possible with this, with the Seven of Cups, just daydreaming about you, fantasizing about you, not just sexually and all that, but like a life together or spending time together. I mean, even just the little things like, you know, what is it like to go out to dinner with Virgo or hold hands or, I don't know, go to a festival or something, you know, like whatever they're daydreaming about, or maybe even building a life together, living together, whatever, right? So there is definitely that potential. So the light side of this card is confusion, okay? And also somebody with a lot of options. Your person's options could be all the ways that they could reach out and contact you, but they don't. Right? Do I call Virgo directly? Should I just send them an email? Should I try to bump into them in the store and just figure out what their schedule is so we run into each other out in public? Or should I friend them on Facebook and send them a message on Instant Messenger? Or should I not do anything at all? Right? So this person, it could be this confusion around what their options are in terms of how to fix it with you. What do I do if Virgo picks up the phone? What do I do if Virgo accepts my invitation? What do I do if Virgo rejects me. I can't even say that right without starting to laugh. And then I got that, like that snake, you know, because that's a snake there, as you can see. It was kind of like, right? Rejects me. I don't know what the hell's going on, Virgo. It is Mercury retrograde for sure, and I'm feeling it. So, you know, what do I do if this happens? And what do I do if that happens? And what kind of offer should I make? And, you know, or should I do this instead? So your person's probably been ping-ponging back and forth about what do I say and how do I say it? What don't I say? What do I offer? What don't I offer? What do I do if this? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, just this mental, just continuing with the mental merry-go-round, round and around in circles. This person, you know, like I say, for those of you dealing with somebody who's a little bit mentally and emotionally unstable or even unwell, you know, they could be on this dysfunctional merry-go-round in their mind, you know, especially if they have narcissistic tendencies. Narcissists will obsess over things. I mean, in the most like dysfunctional and destructive ways. So believe me, you know, when this person is thinking about you 24/7, dreaming about you, scheming about you, coming up with scenarios in their head, even changing the storyline to make themselves feel better about it, you know, that's entirely possible. If you're dealing with somebody like that, good riddance anyway, right? You don't need somebody that broken and sick and twisted and dysfunctional. But so nonetheless, you know, this could be, how do I invest in Virgo? All the different ways that I could invest in Virgo, not just communicating with Virgo, but then let's say Virgo, you know, doesn't reject me. Then what do I do? Right? How do I lay down pentacles and build a foundation and walk down a new path with Virgo? So that's entirely possible that they're just kind of like not even sure, you know, in terms of the confusion and how many options they have. So the light side, like I say, is the confusion, keeping options open. And also the daydreaming and the rose-colored glasses, the Neptunian energy. Neptune rules the Seven of Cups, right? Shadow side of this is that illusion, delusion, fantasy, fiction, like somebody who's off in La La Land, and their sense of I guess, illusion and self-deception is actually destructive, and they can't even fully function in society. They're always getting like rude wake-up calls because they're just off in la-la land. This is how they want to move forward. So the Ten of Swords, I mean, this is like an ending, okay? So for some of you, this relationship ended, you broke up, you had a falling out, maybe it's really over. Maybe it died. Maybe for some of you, this person passed away. That's entirely possible with the Ten of Swords. Now, what this could mean is that they broke up with you or you broke up with them. There is betrayal here for sure. Either they betrayed you or you betrayed them. Somebody feels betrayed more so than the other. What this could mean for some of you Virgos is that your person betrayed you, and that's why you got on your horse and just galloped away, and they are stuck in the betrayal that they caused. And so therefore you've got that Ten of Swords with that Five of Cups. Oh my God, are they just beating themselves up and regretting, you know, how they handled this situation or didn't? And, you know, what they could have done, should have done. Oh my gosh. I mean, this person's been kicking themselves in the bum since it happened. And for some of you, that's a very long time. You know, so that's entirely possible here as well. How they want to move forward. Maybe for some of you, they feel that you've moved on. And even though they want a second chance with you and they're not sure how to approach you, they feel that you're over them. That's entirely possible here as well. That they're like, you know, Virgo is done with me. Virgo's not interested. You know, Virgo, whatever. I mean, Virgo lost that love and feeling, so I'm not even going to try because they'll probably just reject me. And they might feel like, you know, they don't have a chance. So that's entirely possible as well. What's going on behind the scenes you're not aware of? This person has had a lot of battles, definitely in their life and within themselves. Now, for some of you, if you're dealing with somebody who is very ego-driven, they try to put up a facade to everybody around them, to the world, and show the world that they're okay and they're in control. But on the inside, this person's a mess. So that's definitely potentially going on here. This person's very defensive and their guard is up. And, you know, and again, this could be because they're too immature to handle you. All right. Now, the other thing with this is what's going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of is that they might be willing to fight for this connection if they knew they had a chance. And then the third thing is that spiritual warfare, okay? Something along those lines. Now, what this could mean for Virgo's side, what's going on behind the scenes with you is that you're really defensive, and maybe this person isn't aware just how defensive you are. Maybe they still feel they have a chance with you, but if they were to approach you, you'd slam the door in their face. I mean, I just don't know. So that's entirely possible. Again, I try to read, you know, both sides of the energy there. Hierophant is the advice from Spirit. So I don't know if Spirit is telling you that you're married, stay in this marriage, you're going to get married, you have a new life partner coming in, or Spirit is telling you that you just need to stay on the high road, Virgo, and move down your spiritual path. Keep your head down, do the work, build your life, and don't get distracted by this situation or other lower level bullshit. So we will find out what that means in the extended, and then the outcome here is a lot of sadness and a missed opportunity. Sorry for the weed whacker in the background. You know, weeding your garden. You know, maybe some of you are just really cleaning house, Virgo. I know I said that a month or two ago when the landscapers were here, still blowing in the background, and I remember saying to Virgo, oh my God, they're mowing the lawn and blowing this and that and weed whacking, man. They're cleaning up your life. Maybe there's some more of that. You know what I'm saying? The weeds have come back, so to speak. So whatever that means, it doesn't have to necessarily mean this person or romance, okay? You could be cleaning up your life in other ways. But nonetheless, a missed opportunity. And, you know, I'm sure that it goes both ways. I'm sure Virgo was sad about whatever happened between you and your person as well. But, you know, there's something going on here where Virgo has, you know, maybe done more healing than this other person. Virgo is, you know, picked themselves up and just kind of carried on. They're not laying in bed at night crying and pining and staring at this person's picture. The Virgo goes to bed at night exhausted from their busy days. They wake up the next morning very focused and like full steam ahead. What do I got to do today? So, you know, maybe for some of you, that's what's going on, and your person is the one that is kind of just sulking in their own misery. That's entirely possible. The other thing here is that this can also be indicating that you two have a spiritual connection and or a spiritual path that you need to walk together, or a soul contract that that you know you need to fulfill in this life with each other. And the outcome here could be your person very much you know, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups, just very, very sad. Like, you know, like somebody stole my puppy kind of sad. Maybe even worse than that. You know what I'm, somebody like ripped my heart out of my chest, and I don't know now what my life looks like without Virgo, because Virgo was a soulmate. And I feel like my other half is gone, and I am broken and empty, okay? So your person could really very much be feeling that, especially, you know, like I always say, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Boom, boom, boom. That song always comes up in different readings. So there you have it. All right, we're going to use the main deck here to clarify your oracles. We're going to use these 2 decks to open this up. I'm going to do 3 cards for each placement plus 2 reversals, and then we are going to pull a bunch of oracles over here. Emotions that they're feeling or dealing with, their shadow side, what you need to look for with that, what else is coming in that you just don't know about, actions that they might want to take or what you can expect moving forward, and what is it that they really want to say to you, or what do they want you to know that they couldn't tell you before. So if you'd like to join me for the extended, that individual video link is provided below. We also have a video subscription with you know, that I just launched in September, offering ad-free videos and unlimited access to all the extendeds, plus, you know, bonus content in the private group. You will need to have a Facebook account to access all the content. I send you the instructions on how to find it. It's private group. You can't search it publicly, so you need the link for it. Come on over and join us, because I'm going to start getting more active in there, doing stuff in there that I'm not going to do on YouTube. Also, oh yeah, I had a book come out, you guys. Feel free to read it. It's called The Last Breath, and it's true stories from mediums and healers around the world, talking about, you know, the spirit world, past lives, near-death experiences, messages from heaven, divine timing, things like that. And it's been a hit on Amazon across multiple countries, so check that out. That link is also provided below. I'll see you guys on the other side. Thanks for joining me, and the rest of you, we'll see you back here next month. Bye.